Zones can be dangerous or even deadly for workers. We've heard a lot about
Oh, my goodness
lately.
gracious. If there's a crash, what happens after a worker is hurt? Lawyer Twilley, the founding attorney of LA Law, is here to tell us. Lawyer, how are you?
I'm well, Scott. How are you?
It's good to see you.
Hi,
Nicole.
good to see you.
Good to see you too.
It just keeps happening.
It doesn't stop.
You saw yesterday, a couple of days ago,
Right.
luckily nobody was injured,
Right.
but somebody drove into a bunch of equipment.
Yeah, I don't understand how this is happening so frequently.
I don't either,
Yeah.
because it's pretty much forewarned that there's a construction site coming. They give you plenty of heads up.
Yeah, you see that big orange truck there?
Exactly, that says move over,
And all
lane
those other
closed.
trucks. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
insane to me. The one that I drove upon, it looked like it was property damage only. But again, it's like, what
Do you
what are
think people
doing?
are distracted?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And we were talking about it off air. Like, you see people all the time, like their heads are down. I see big mounted tablets and they're watching
Yeah.
Yeah, people are
shows
watching
while they're driving.
shows.
Oh, stop
Is it
it.
that
don't do
serious?
that.
Yeah. don't
They're
do
watching
it.
shows?
Oh, yeah.
Shows. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm driving on the highway, 65, 70 miles an hour. You look over and I'm getting passed and there's a show on a tablet mounted.
Maybe
Yeah.
do the old-fashioned way and listen to it
Yeah.
through Bluetooth.
Right.
And don't watch it.
Right.
Just listen.
Unbelievable.
Everything should be audio in the car.
Yeah.
So what happens if you're a worker and you get injured on the job? What?
I mean, you have a couple of sets of recourse. One, obviously, you were injured on the job while you were working, so
Right.
you're entitled to workers' compensation benefits. Pay and medical, and that's all going to be taken care of. But you also have what's called a third-party claim. So, and that's sort of like the traditional. So the person that hit you, their car insurance, and so on and so forth. So you want to report this injury, although it's going to be pretty common knowledge, but
Right.
there are some steps that you have, formal steps rather, that you have to undertake with your employer to avail yourself of those benefits and, get a lawyer. Like, I would just
Yeah.
say get a lawyer to make sure that you're getting all the benefits you're entitled to. And also, quite frankly, especially with workers' comp, that you're getting the proper medical care. Because sometimes when you go through workers' comp, you don't necessarily get the best medical treatment. But if you have an advocate in your corner, then they can ensure that, you know what, no, you should be entitled to another follow-up visit, or no, you should maybe get this sort of testing because the doctor said you should, but comp doesn't necessarily want to approve it. So definitely get an advocate on your behalf.
What about the family in these situations? How are they affected and how can they benefit from these steps as well?
Unfortunately, when it comes to workers' comp, the family is going to be impacted negatively, and there's really not a lot that can be done about it. Because your comp benefits, you're only going to get a certain percentage of your income. And so that could impact the family, especially if you're relying solely on that one person as a breadwinner. But again, if you have an advocate behind you working on the third-party aspect of it, then that pain and suffering that the family is experiencing can be offset, and sometimes rather quickly. So.
Workers' comp, can you help people through the process?
Yes, we handle workers' comp cases and all the time.
Because I wouldn't even know where to begin.
Yeah, that's why you call an attorney.
Okay.
And especially with workers' comp, I'm going to tell you, especially with workers' comp, a lot of times if you have a serious injury, get an advocate just to make sure that you're getting the care that you need.
Okay, terrific.
Because you don't want some non-medical professional dictating what sort of treatment you receive on a serious injury. If you have a hangnail, whatever. But if you have broken bones or, torn cartilage or serious injuries, get an advocate behind you.
That's too bad. I was going to call you about my hangnail.
I mean, you still could.
I still could. All right.
Call
LA
me.
Law, thank you so much. How do we get in touch with you?
844-GET-LA-LAW. All my socials are @Lawyer the Lawyer. We make it easy because my name is Lawyer.
Lawyer.
Because
Your
your
name
name is
is
Lawyer.
Lawyer. And
Lawyer
LA
the
Law-
Lawyer. I love that.
LALawCT.com as
That's
well.
it.
Thanks, Laura.
Thank
Good to see you.
you.
Thanks for having me.